if I was to ask you a question and say, what is the best key in Escape from Tarkov for making money? So what I mean by that is the room with the most amount of valuable stuff in, or the most likelihood of having the most valuable stuff in it, but what is also really easy to get out of raids, those real single slot items that you can just shove away in your secure container. And when I think of this question, Streets always comes to mind, because as everybody knows, Streets is one of the best maps, if not the best map to make money on. And if I say what the best room on Streets is, everyone always says Chek 15. So you know what we have to do? Hit it 10 times to see if it's actually worth the price of what you pay for it. In this case, 1.5 million rubles. And for any of you guys who haven't seen my previous videos when I've done this, I'll explain how it's going to work. So I'm going to enter the room 10 times, collect all valuable loot from inside, then calculate how much the room was worth by going off the flea market prices for what it can be sold for. And if it can't be sold on the flea market, it's what I can barter trade for it from the dealers. Then after I've done all 10 raids, I'll collate together every single room, give you an average of what I pulled per room, and also the overall, and then give you a breakdown on whether the key was actually worth it, and if I actually managed to make my money back on the original purchase of the key. But now you know, we can get straight into the video. Okay, this will be our first hit of Chek 15, and I will just say now that I don't have much experience hitting this room, so if I do miss something, please do not be one of those people spamming in the comment section telling me off that I've missed this one particular item. I will try to be as far as possible when hitting this, but on the first room, we end up finding a pro kill. Then afterwards, we get the military wireless signal transmitter. We get a egg and a GP coin to finish us off, making 231,000 rubles on our first hit of the room. Moving on to hit number 2, we then find ourselves a nice golden Rolex, followed up by the golden egg, a little bit of tech loot with the LCD, the golden cock rooster, we all love that, and then another golden egg to go along with that too. This one actually only being 216,000 rubles less than the last one, unfortunately. For hit number 3, there really isn't much to say about this one. We only managed to find an SJ6 and a Rolex, only coming to 135,000 rubles. It was a pretty poor hit if you think about it. And I don't know if you've realized so far, the current value what we're getting from this room, especially for the price of the key, isn't actually as much as I thought it would be. Far less, in fact. Currently at the moment, I think the only upside for hitting this room in comparison to the other rooms that I've done, like the Mark Room keys or even Kibber on Interchange, is the fact that majority of the most valuable items seem to be single slot values, so meaning that you can get them and stash them in your secure container and get them out of the raid no problem without even having to extract. That seems to be the only really upside so far. But anyway, moving on to room number 4 now, we get a vase, then followed up by a tramadol stimulant, 2 cats, and then a Melodoran stimulant. This one's a little bit better than the last one. Well, I'd say actually a lot better than the last one. 263,000 rubles on room number 4. I got the scav. I'm going to run straight to Chek just to loot it so I can get this fucking thing down and we can fight these guys.
Okay.
Oh, Bitcoin. I found one this time. Nice. Same place. So that's right, the most valuable thing that we actually managed to find so far wasn't even in Chek 15, it was just in the Chek building on its own. And to make it even better, my teammate found the exact same thing in the previous raid, so equating to pretty much what we've made from the room so far out of these 5 hits, just from the same loot location inside the Chek building. But onto the room itself, this is room number 5. We pick ourselves up a tramadol stim, then followed up by a golden egg. We get a GPX, military cable, a skull ring, and then to finish this off with a Rolex. This one actually being our best one so far, 367,000 rubles. Add that on top of the Bitcoin that I found downstairs before coming up here. Pretty good haul from the Chek building. But still funny that I made more money outside of the room without the key than I did with the 1.5 million ruble key. Now we're about halfway through these hits, and I did just start to wonder that there might be a few people watching this who don't actually know where the Chek 15 room is if they do have the key and want to hit it. So let me explain quickly. The Chek building itself is opposite the supermarket, right near to Lexus in the center part of the map. Once going through the broken wall into the actual building itself, you just need to follow it all the way down to the other side of the building through the holes in the wall to get to the kitchen area. Once you go through that door to the right, there'll be another set of doors what will lead you to the staircase. Once you've gone up the staircase, 2 sets, go through the door, and then on the edge of the hallway there's another metal door that you can open up with a hole in the floor. Drop through the hole in the floor, go left, and then there's a crack in the concrete that you can lay down in to crawl through. Once you get through that, it's the room on the end at the far right. Now moving on to room number 6, and I would like to say at this point that the rooms are going to improve from here, but unfortunately they don't. The only thing we get in here is a Melodoran stim, the wireless military signal transmitter, and a camera lens. This one only coming to 173,000 rubles. Not our worst one, but again, not great for a key worth 1.5 million. This one is room number 7, and apologies for the lighting. I decided to load into a morning ray because I'm an idiot. But anyway, we end up picking up a chainlet, then a military cable. Fortunately, it gets a little bit better with a Sheriff Eli badge, but then follows up by a magnet and a hard drive. But then we finish off with a Veritas pick, kind of redeeming it. This one actually being pretty poor as well, 130,000 rubles. Now we've got a fair way through this challenge. You can kind of get an understanding of what kind of money we were making from this, but let me give you another reason why this is also a really bad room to hit, because not only is it just not that great, but also at the same time it's severely contested. The Chek building is always heaving with players, and I can't tell you the amount of times that I got absolutely rinsed by juicers going for this room. I even got killed while even trying to get into the room, so I had to actually do an extra hit on the key because it used one of the uses as I was getting killed trying to enter the room.
Fuck, I forgot to... I'm dead. Eh? He just fucking hip-fired the window, that thing's so dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two running behind the building.
I'm realistically, I'm dead here. That's what I've got to understand. I'm just going to hit the thing before they get to me.
You can kill him. You can kill him. Easy.
Oh, he's already here. I'm stuck in the animation! Oh, I'm stuck in the animation! How did he get up here so quickly? And don't even get me started on the animation. You're able to actually look around when you're entering a room using a key, but you can't actually shoot. So you just get to stare your enemy in the face while he unloads an entire clip into my head. But I think the most redeeming factor of this room, what makes it actually a good room to hit, is actually the Chek building itself. It's very, very good when it comes to the value of stuff you can find in here. I have found numerous Bitcoins, numerous graphics cards, and numerous other valuable items in the other areas in the Chek building, what you don't even need to use a key for in the first place. But so I end up usually making about 1 million rubles just from the Chek building alone, as long as it hasn't been hit and I get here first before I even hit the room. But the best thing about the room is the fact, like I said before, it's a lot of it is one slot use stuff, so you can put it in your secure container and guarantee that you will make the money, and even most of it will even go in some of your things like dock cases or even slip cases as well, so you get to secure it even more. But anyway, moving on to the last couple of hits, and I would like to make up the fact that we only found a magnet in this next room, but that was all she wrote. So in total, we made from that hit of that key 15,000 rubles. Laughable. Coming into room number 9 now. This one is an improvement over the last one, but it's not really hard to do. So we start off with a Rolex, then we get a Tramadol, a stimulant. On top of that, a Propitol, a UV lamp, a military cable, and then to finish off, a 1G phone. That one bringing us 225,000 rubles. And just to reinforce the fact before we go into the last room, before I actually entered the last room, I hit Chek as I was moving up, and I found a line, a Rolex, and a vodka within just 3 rooms. This pretty much equating to what we get in the final room. And for that last room, it ends up being a military transmitter, Axle Power, a Veritas pick, a GP coin, and another Axle Power, coming in at 229,000 rubles. So that's it, 10 rooms, and on average, that means that we made 185,000 rubles per room. Not great. It's just a good thing that the rest of the building makes up for that. And you get 20 uses. I record all of these lives over on my Twitch streams, where I stream 3 times a week, so if you want to go check this out, link in the bio for that. And remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. Have a great day.